Morning, beautiful people. It's been a bit of a minute, hasn't it? A little over a week, I guess, if you count Thursday. Yeah, my back is unfortunately still not doing too well, admittedly. I might need to take this next week off. It's better today, but still, I don't know. That's still pretty tight. I tried lifting the 50-pound bag of rice I got, and I'm not gonna lie to you, that was actually making it like tense up. So it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. I really want to get back to lifting, man. The first week this past week was okay. But as it gets on and on, I don't know, I'm just feeling a little less happier right now. But it's better to do it this way than to get hurt and not be able to lift again, right? I think that'd be the worst case scenario. But anyway, we're still here doing our best. And I wasn't even going to record this, admittedly, but I felt like recording it. I don't know, just be nice to do that, you know? So we're doing a Tex-Mex type bowl, the Big Boy baked penne, which we did like a couple weeks back, maybe a month or so back, and the oatmeal bake and the ham bake again. So the ham bake I actually haven't even done. I just wasn't feeling good yesterday. Still, body was really sore. Still sore, but not as bad today. So currently weighing around 184 pounds. So the bulk is still going on slowly but surely. But yeah. Anyway, let's get back to this. I'm prepping the chicken. I'm doing a mix of chicken breast and chicken thighs, even though the recipe calls for just chicken breast. You could swap it out with whatever you want, right? I'm doing a mix of chicken thighs and chicken breast. And with chicken breast, I don't know if you can see it here. Maybe this is in the way, or you just can't see it in general. I have them lined out. I had 3, and I just cut them in half, try to make them even thickness. Otherwise, I'm sure if you cook chicken breast, if you don't necessarily do that or pound it, it's going to come out a little red in the middle. Not necessarily like salmonella danger, which, I mean, technically it is, yeah, but as long as internal temperature reaches a certain point, you're normally pretty good. However, I don't like that texture. So I just prefer not to do that. So I like to cut mine in half. You could pound it. I just don't really care to do that. It's easier for me to cut it. So, right, I should probably preheat the oven, right? So we're roasting to 400, which is not too bad. I have the rest in the sink here. I need to kind of clean this up a little bit. Not necessarily with soap, just get a little excess chicken stuff is in here. But yeah, so we're gonna let that preheat. We're gonna start cooking with the chicken. Vegetables, as you can probably guess, is already laid out and planned out. So it's just more or less getting everything started. Ooh. Yeah. Even just doing that, this area just lights up. And it's really just this side. I don't know what it is. I've been to the massage therapist last Saturday, chiropractor Tuesday, and both have given me great relief. On Monday, I think I posted that video. I attempted the squat and it just hurt. On Friday, I attempted to do some workouts just with the machines, and it was fine until I got to Romanian deadlifts. I did about 50 pounds, and then I felt my back kind of tense up again, and I was like, okay, let me just stop. So I was able to get in a little shoulder workout and chest workout, but that's about it. And so after my back kind of started to seize up a little bit, I went to the massage therapist again yesterday, and he beat me the heck up, but it was good. It helped a lot. And today, it's honestly not nearly as bad as it was yesterday. So it seems to be healing, but we still need to give it time to fully heal. So I think risking any type of like heavy lifting this next week is going to be pretty much a bad idea. Maybe I could do some accessories, right? Like some, I don't know, chest accessories, shoulder work. But I'm pretty sure anything with the back right now is not the best idea. But anyway, there's that. So let me just get to this. I'm a little out of it. Woke up kind of with my head hurting. Probably I look like a mess too. I apologize for that. But anyway, let's just get into this. See what we can do. All right, so we're just getting the chicken laid out right now, putting some last little touches of salt and pepper on some of these guys. Seems like I didn't mix it too well with that right now, which is whatever, not a big deal. Just get a little bit of pepper there. Yeah, so roasting at 400 degrees for 25 to 30 minutes. Interesting. Wait, 25 to 30 minutes. That seems long. Maybe because it's chicken breast? Hey, we'll find out how this is going to come out. We'll see. It is what it is. So we're not going to complain too much about that. Hopefully the rest of the flavors will mix up well. But yeah, put that in there. So we're going to be, wow, we're going to be cooking for a minute then. Because we got to do another batch, which, that's fine. I'm not going to complain about that. We'll leave that there, and we'll get started cooking once the chicken is done cooking. I'm just going to cut straight to, what's it called, to when we're going to cook the vegetables and stuff. I'm sure you know how to put chicken in the oven and roast it, so yeah. Hey, what's up? So we're done with the chicken, so now we're just kind of getting started. I was going to cook the veggies. You know, man, I got to learn to multitask. I'm going to start veggies. It's going to take a couple minutes anyway, so while that's even getting hot, I can start putting this together. It's the red sauce that's going to come with it. So, Lord knows I'm not going to spend time dicing up tomatoes, even though fresh is best in my opinion, in most cases. But when you're meal prepping, there's nothing wrong with little canned goods, right? It still comes out good every time. I was going to use my little smaller piece, my little smaller blender. Thank goodness I didn't, because this would not have fit at all. So, but I'm using fire roasted tomatoes with garlic. You know, I wonder if that's going to change things up, because I also cut out some garlic too. Please tell me it's going to be in there. Okay. I minced out some garlic. I need some vinegar. I've never made a red sauce, so this would be kind of fun. Maybe in the future I'll use like actual fresh tomatoes. Maybe that'll be a good idea. Let's see, we need 45 grams. 46 grams is fine. And then I think this is hot enough to put the peppers in. Or the peppers and the zucchini in, yep. And we'll let that cook for about 2 to 3 minutes. Let that do its thing. I have the beans in the sink inside a little strainer. I'm sure you can guess it's draining, so we'll let these things do their stuff for right now. Lower the heat slightly. Cool. We need to measure out the rice. We need about 1350 grams of rice. We'll do that in a second. Vinegar, 45 olive oil. I still have my extra virgin one. I will be getting regular olive oil down the line. So, 45 grams. It's probably going to run out soon. Five grams is a lot of calories, man. All right, that's good. And then red onion and chili powder. Well, I do have my chili powder, my new one here. Do I still have my old one? Hold up, let me find this real quick. Well, I think I'm pretty much out of my old chili powder, which is fine. That's why we have the new one here. Oh, garlic. Put that in there too. And remember, this is to make 14 servings, right? So obviously it's going to be quite a bit of stuff in there. Quite a bit of stuff. Man, I love the smell of garlic so much. And 24 grams of chili powder. Oh, 28 grams of chili powder, I guess. And then oregano. Oh, shoot. Do I have oregano? Oregano. Like 6 grams of this, which this is so light it doesn't always register on the scale, so we'll just kind of eyeball that. There you go. 3 grams. Honestly, 3 grams is more than enough. I think 6 would be too much. I'm also going to run out of oregano. So this is coming along well. And then now we just need to blend that, which I'm probably going to do off camera since I have the mic, you know, on my chest here. probably wouldn't be the most pleasantly sounding thing. Or you know what? I had to press the thing down. So I let it blend for a minute. The problem was that sometimes this inner part, the blades, you got to make sure it's like pressed all the way down. And I don't think it was pressed all the way down. So kind of take it out, push it down, and it was good to go there. Let's measure out the rice. Let me go ahead and get that out real quick. Let me just, yeah, hold on. So I'm, as always, using day-old rice. This recipe doesn't necessarily call for it, but I just think in general, day-old rice is the better move when it comes to, oopsies, doing rice bowls. In part because it's not going to get so soggy. I've noticed that if you do use fresh rice, it's pretty rough. Like, it's going to get pretty soggy. I'm also using a different kind of rice. Normally I use jasmine rice, and living up in probably what feels like the least Asian area possible, admittedly. There was no place that sold jasmine rice, as far as I know. As far as I know. Maybe there's like a hidden market somewhere that I just haven't found yet, which is a possibility. But what I'm trying to get to is 1380, that's fine, is I'm using Kalos rice. I'll be real with you, I've never used that kind of rice before. I've only really used jasmine rice. I've never even used like basmati rice or anything like that. It's always just been jasmine rice. The texture feels a little bit different, but I mean, it looks still rice, so I'm just assuming it's fine nonetheless. So measure that out, 1380, 1350, whatever, put our differences aside for that. We can't wash that yet. So now just letting that stuff cook, so we'll cut back in a minute. All right, I'm in a little predicament. I need to put the sauce inside a bowl or like a pan to cook slowly for a couple minutes. I don't have something that size that's going to contain all that liquid, so I'm going to be using like a silver, can you see it here? That silver container there. I think that's going to work. Open. Because we got to cook it for a minute, and then, here's an idea. Finish the vegetables, put it in that container, sauce, chicken, dump the veggies and the rice back. I like that. Let's do that instead. Thank you for coming up with that. So, I kind of had a little panic attack right now because I'm moving all the vegetables, and as I was doing it, all this steam started coming up, which, again, no big deal, that's fine. But I'm really close to pretty sure I am. Maybe I'm not. But I just have this fear because the very first time I cooked in this apartment, I was making some honey garlic chicken. Just regular honey garlic chicken, no like rice bowls or anything like that. Man, it smells good. It's toasting, but it's not really the most ideal part. But anyway, I was making honey garlic chicken, right? And come on, are we gonna do this the hard way? Yeah, I'm gonna do it like this. So I was cooking it, and I was broiling it, and that creates a lot of heat. I mean, it makes a lot of heat, right? And I don't know if I told this story before already, but I'm going to tell it again anyway because it makes me laugh. It's my first day in the apartment. I'm sitting there like, all right, let's make some food. I'm excited, trying to figure out how I'm going to organize things. And then I pull out the chicken. It's like nice and hot, whatever it is. And it's just building up all this this steam in the apartment. And the next thing you know, the fire alarm goes off. And I'm like, oh no. So I've never had that happen to me. I thought like the fire department was gonna show up and I was gonna get in trouble. But what really ended up happening was just I just sat inside the room with the fire alarm going off for like, ow, mother effer, what are you popping? What the heck? Stop that. Ouch, ouch. So why am I using a spoon? Damn it. You can see where they want you to stir it continuously. This is the first time I'm doing this recipe. As you can guess, it's really popping off right now. Like, geez Louise. Said medium-high heat. It's a little not. Lower that a little bit. Stirring continuously, I presume. Yeah. Wow. Wow. This is freaking war zone right now. I am. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna figure this out in a second. Anyway, it was hot. A fire alarm went off. I was sitting in there for like 5 minutes, freaking out, and then I called my brother, and everything was okay. Let me just hold on. Okay, it's cooled down. Well, not cooled down. It's calmed down a little bit. It's been like 30 seconds, and smells really good. Man, that smells really good. So I'm going to, in like a minute or so, mix the chicken in, I presume. So red sauce, stirring constantly, and then add in chicken. So we're gonna add in the chicken now. We're gonna do that right now. Look at that, the moment you stop, it starts going off. It's like popping off. It's pretty cool actually. Anyway, let's get the chicken real quick. Hopefully this will cool it down a little bit. Nice, it did exactly what I was hoping it would do. And then pretty much just coat that in here. Cool. I like this because this allows me to kind of get the chicken nice and covered, you know what I mean? And then we can just mix the veggies and the rice back into it super easily. And this allows me to cook the chicken a little bit more. Not that I needed to, but if ever in the case you're like, oh, that chicken seems not too cooked, remember, you're going to be cooking it some more once you start combining stuff. You know, once you start putting it into the bowl and all that stuff. So it's okay to have it, especially if you're cooking with chicken breast. If you take it out of the oven and it's still red, that's okay. You're going to continue cooking it later on in the dish. In most cases, you know, obviously look ahead to see if that's what you'll be doing. But in most cases, you're going to be, you know, cooking it in the dish later on. So you're going to want it like that because otherwise you're just going to dry out your chicken. It's going to taste really rubbery. It's not going to be that great. So, but if you're using chicken thighs, then you should be fine regardless. You know, like, you could put it back in the oven for a little bit. It's pretty hard to dry those suckers out. But yeah, all right. Let me check what's next real quick. So we're pretty much just dumping everything back in there. So we'll put the veggies next. So the problem I have with mushrooms personally is that they hold in, I mean zucchinis too. So both of these main veggies in here hold in a lot of water. So one thing I did with the zucchini, which I didn't show, and looking back I kind of wish I did, but I think I mentioned it before, is, well, there goes that, is that I like to cut them just straight up in half, and then I'll scoop out the seeds. That's what kind of holds a lot of water in a lot of cases, so just know that when you are cooking with zucchini, if you're not a big fan of how, you know, much water comes into the dish, because it just adds extra liquid, it just puts in a lot more stuff, you know what I mean? Then make sure to take out the seeds and that'll help kind of drain out a little bit of that water. Go ahead and add the beans, just using black beans. I had these drained too, which is good. And then we'll throw in our rice here as well. There we go. And we're pretty much good at this point. Now it's just about mixing everything together. And yeah, that's pretty much it on that. So let me just finish mixing this up real quick. And y'all, I'm not gonna lie, this came out pretty solid. I haven't tasted it yet, but like, it looks delicious, it smells delicious. So I am actually quite excited for this dish this week. This is my first time doing this, and I'm happy with it. Happy, happy, happy. So let me turn this off. Let me do a little taste test. Not bad. Definitely does need salt and pepper though. Definitely does need that. So, cool. Done with that. And then I'm just gonna do the baked penne. I'm not sure if I'll have time for that. We'll see. Meaning that, like, I don't know if I'll cook it right now or after 11. We'll see. We'll get to that real quick. Let me just season this, put this stuff away, blah, blah, blah. So, be right back. Hey, what's up, beautiful people? We're back. So, Tex-Mex bowls are placed out, divided nicely. Man, I'm not gonna lie, I'm excited for the Tex-Mex. It looks good, it smells good. From the taste test, it's tasting pretty good. So, we'll see if my friend wants some too. Now we're gonna be working on the Big Boy Penne. So we're gonna be doing some ground beef. Okay, yeah. So we're gonna start off by cooking the ground beef, and we're gonna do some oven baked stuff as time goes on. Yeah, so we're probably gonna start warming that up a little bit in just a moment. Right now, let's go and get the beef cooking. Clean this up a little bit. Oh my fellas, I have that song stuck in my head, man. So we'll let that brown for a minute, and then we'll start adding in the onions and everything in there. Let's see. I actually don't like when it's like round like this. You know, I like the packaging when it comes flat, personally. That's just me personally. So, but to each their own. We are just doing that. So, anyway, we'll let that brown for a minute. Probably start putting stuff away as it dries, and then come back to you in a minute. I guess I'll give a little life update too. The thing is loud, and I know it picks up on the mic. But I am currently looking for a new place to stay. I love this apartment, I do. It's just financially it's a little bit too much, especially with some stuff coming up, because I'm going to need to get a car soon, unfortunately. So I got to make payments on that and things like that. So I'm looking for a place with a roommate. So there might be some changes to the videos in the future. Maybe I'll continue this or not. We'll see. The other thing is that because I have applied to schools and I have potential interviews coming next month, I need to save for that. And I can't really commit to a year-long lease at this time because of that. So if I don't get into a school, you know, life's gonna suck, but it's not the end of the world. I still have this job, which is great, and I will be able to try again next year, and that will give me time to save up more and, you know, things of that sort. So I think the important thing for me is just knowing that I can't commit to a year lease, and because of that, I got to do like a 6-month, 3-month, or preferably month-to-month lease is kind of what I would like. So I think I have a few places set up for that, and we'll see. But I'm still looking around, which is pretty stressful because I have to pretty much be ready by next month. But so there might be a little shortness in videos even more, but again, I mean, it is what it is. I'm sure you guys got a lot of other people to watch and stuff, but just wanted to give that little update and just kind of keep you guys in the loop of that. So, but yeah, anyway, let's let this continue cooking. All right, so it's browned well enough, so we're gonna start grounding it up a little bit. And then we're going to add the onions in right now. So, oh, that's my coach texting me. I'll respond to him in just a minute. Let's see how this is going. Break this up. I'm telling you, man, this tool is a great freaking tool. I'm so happy I got this thing. Right. So now we're going to add in the onions and garlic. Looking back, I probably should have just added the garlic into this bowl here, but whatever, not a big deal. So add that. There, and then put in the garlic too. You know what's crazy? I've really grown to enjoy the smell of onion. I don't know why that is, but man, like the fresh onion, ooh, and garlic. Okay, maybe not as much garlic, but I still like the smell. It's still pretty good. So, all right, salt that baby up, help the water come out, season the beef a little bit. I feel like I put a little bit too much salt there, but that's fine. I'm used to putting a lot more because I usually have a lot more meat in here. This is only two pounds of ground beef, so and let that mix and cook in together. So this is going to be a bit of a different dish. I don't know if I ever showed the baked penne before. I don't think I have. I actually really enjoy this dish. It's nice. It's going to be oven baked, so, which reminds me, I need to turn on the oven. I believe we're doing 400 degrees. So mix that together. Bake. Actually, is it bake or is it roast? I always forget. Let's see. Yeah, bake for 30 minutes at 400. Excellent. So we'll let this do its stuff. Come back in a minute. Let me respond to my coach. So one little fact I just realized, I turned off the oven because we're gonna let this boil for a little bit. We're gonna let this boil for a little bit, and then we're gonna add it to the. So we're just gonna let it cook for a little bit longer, and then add it to the oven in a little bit. But for right now, we're going to not turn on the oven. So I'm just opening the cans of tomato, petite diced and crushed, and then I'm going to be adding this to that once it's fully browned, which honestly, with how little meat there is, should be pretty much almost done at this point. So, and then we'll add the spinach after we're done boiling it, pretty much. But yeah, it's pretty much good cooking there. So that's the cool part about having, you know, a smaller portion size, is just you're able to make sure things cook better, and they also cook a lot faster. So we'll go ahead and put this in there. Beautiful. And then I think we just, oh wait, oregano and basil. Let me get that out real quick. Well, it's a good thing I didn't use up the rest of that oregano, because I needed it for this dish and I completely forgot about that. Oregano, and then we got a crap ton of basil in my thing. I think I just forgot how much basil I had, and I continued to buy a lot more. So we could just use the rest of that for sure. And then we're gonna go ahead and let this boil for a little bit. So mix that up nicely, and then yeah. So I think we're gonna put this to, well, you know, let it boil and then switch to a low heat, if I'm correct. Allow mixture to boil for 10 to 20 minutes. Oh, so we're just cooking up the tomato flavor. So we'll be back in about 10 to 20 minutes. What's up, folks? So just a little update. Beef is done with that, so we're gonna add the spinach in. I am a dum-dum and I forgot to start cooking the noodles, so we're gonna be cooking that right now. Which is, I mean, it's not a big deal. It'll take a little bit longer than what I was hoping for, but we'll survive. It's not the end of the world. So just kind of put that together, and we're gonna combine this to stir until it wilts and not make a mess, hopefully. But yeah, and then we're gonna cook the noodles for however long the packaging says to, and then we're gonna start combining these things together. And then once we start combining it together, then I'll start turning on the oven, because it's gonna take me a minute, knowing me, to put half of it inside a little casserole dish, spread some ricotta cheese on top, and then I'm going to put the other half on top, and then layer that with Parmesan cheese and mozzarella cheese, or whatever cheese I have here. It's pretty sure it's like fat-free mozzarella cheese that I have, which is great, by the way. I get it at Vons. It's a Lucerne fat-free mozzarella cheese. I wish they had other fat-free cheeses, but 45 calories and a good amount of protein in it. And I don't really tell the difference whether it's fat-free or not, right? So, but yeah, anyway, let me just kind of get this together and then not overcook it. So we're done cooking for now. We just gotta wait till that to boil, which will take probably another like 5 minutes or so, maybe 10. I knew I was forgetting something, but as I always say, right, you live and you learn. So, all right, see you guys in a minute. All right, folks, so we're back. Finished boiling the pasta, putting it back in now. I don't think I needed to let it cool. It's fine. So now we have the oven baking right now. Should be at 400 soon enough, which is not a bad thing. I think what I like to do a lot nowadays, and I think it's actually recommended, truthfully, is that you put the oven on and let it stay heated inside for a little bit, instead of immediately putting in the dish right away. Because the moment it says it's 400, it's 400, sure, but the moment you open that pan, the temperature is going to drop quite a bit. Not like super a lot, but it's not going to be 400. So let it heat up, get a little bit past 400, and then that way, you know, when you put it in, it's going to not be less than 400. And I don't even know if that's even true. I don't know if I made that up in a fever dream or what, but So now we're gonna put half of that stuff into here, ricotta that cheese, and then put the rest on top. And this is gonna. I'm not good at this. I am not good at this, folks. But ooh, hold up. I think I need to spray the thing first, so it doesn't stick to it and make a damn mess. So, oh, you know what? Before I even do that, let me salt and pepper it real quick before I forget. All right, I'm back. So tastes good, salt and pepper, nice and good there. Now it didn't say to put. Oh, my back is flaring up. It's not that bad though. It's not that bad. It did not say to put any. I'm assuming that's half. Sure. Spread it out a little bit. That is not half. It didn't say to put spray oil, but I did anyway, just for the safety of it. You know what I mean? Put a little bit more in there. Yes, siree. Look at that. That should be good. All right. Oven is at 400 now, so we'll let that do its thing. I don't know why I thought that was not supposed to be in there. So now we're going to spread the ricotta on here. I may cut this short for the fact that I'm not good at this, but we'll give it our best shot. So, I had the ricotta sitting out a little bit just so it would kind of like not be as hard, I guess, but we'll see. I've never done this before except for the previous time I did this penne dish. So, I mean, you probably know better than I do on how to spread this stuff. Okay. And if I can say, to be quite honest, like, oh, kiddos are outside. They're awake. You know, the fact that I'm making this video, it honestly makes me a bit happier. It's nice. I don't know why or what it is, but something about it, even though like maybe I don't know, like 4 or 5 people will watch this, it's still super nice, the fact that I just get to do something like this. It feels very peaceful, very calm, and maybe because it's like I'm talking to someone, it's a little bit less lonely type thing. So, but regardless, you know, if you are watching this, and if you are watching at this point in the video, which I don't know why you are, I rewatch all my videos to see if I missed anything or just kind of see how it turned out. And even I get a little bored, but I like it. I like to fall asleep to some of my own videos sometimes. It's kind of funny, but yeah, just if you're at this point still watching, I genuinely appreciate you. I really do. Like, you don't need to watch this, and the fact that you chose to take time out of your day to, I mean, I thank you. Like, genuinely thank you. Like, I really get nothing out of doing this, right? Like, I just put it because I think it's fun, and maybe someone might enjoy it just as much. And the fact that it seems some people take time to watch it, maybe there is a little enjoyment there. So I really do appreciate you guys. So that turned out kind of whatever, but not too bad. So now we put the remaining layer and then top it with some parm and some mozzarella. So, and if you guys know any good ways to spread it out easier, let me know. You know what I mean? I'm always down to learning new stuff. I'm not opposed to criticism in any way. I am by far the least perfect person in this world. So please, you know, if you know any better way to spread something like the ricotta or do anything different, throw it out there. Let me know. I'm seriously open to knowing how to improve. Because to me, that's what life's all about. It's just learning to improve. I don't know if I talked about Thanksgiving, by the way. It was good. It was really nice. I spent it with my friend and coworker that I make the meals for, and genuinely, I had a great time. They have a kid, and the kid was super adorable. Turned 3 years old, and just the most adorable little kiddo in the world. And it was nice. It was just the first time I had a pretty calm and happy Thanksgiving. Had really good turkey too. I don't know how they did that turkey. I need to learn how to do that. So, okay, so Parmesan and mozzarella. So, let's see. And it just says cover the entire thing here. And it says, how much Parmesan? Oh, 50 grams. So not all of this, which is fine. And I think with Parmesan cheese, it tends to burn easier, I think, is what the situation was with that. Also, I'm gonna be real, I don't know if they mean like this type of Parmesan. Oh! I was supposed to use shredded Parmesan. Oop, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. I think I used that Parmesan cheese last time, which is why I kept it that way. Oopsies. So, well, I mean, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do about it? And then we'll sprinkle some mozzarella cheese. So yeah, this is the fat-free one. 45 calories per serving and 9 grams of protein per serving. That's honestly pretty dang good. I'm really impressed by that. Like, that's a good little calorie ratio there. And some good protein ratios in that. I'm not gonna measure it out because there's just no need. It's 112 grams and these things are 196 grams. So really just don't put all of it is what it comes down to. Make sure you get a lot in there. And even then, if you do use all of it, it's not that big of a deal. This is supposed to be a 1,000-calorie meal, but because of some of the ingredients I'm using, it's like less than 1,000 calories. So, you know, it is what it is. Okay. So what I'm also going to do is I'm going to get the baking sheet that I use for the chicken. I'm not going to change out the foil, but I'm just going to put it below this thing in case it drips over. I don't think it will. It didn't do that last time, but yes. Okay, so 400 and bake for 30 minutes. Great. So now we put this in here. You know what? Let me plan this out a bit better. It's fine. So I'm obviously running low on space. Story of my life. Man. Felt my back on that one a little bit. And then, like I said, gonna get the baking sheet still, put it on the layer under. You know what? No, I'm gonna put it on top of that and then just put the thing on top. I was gonna put it like a layer under, but I would need to adjust it, and I just don't have the room for that right now. Whew. And bake that for 30 minutes. And that's that. So I am going to do the egg bake when I come back. Not going to record that. You already know how that's done. Protein oatmeal bake's already done. So I'm just going to cook this up, divide it out, and pretty much call that in. So I'm going to record the rest of the video. This will obviously come out a bit later in the day, which, I mean, no big deal. Fine by me. And yeah. So I'm excited for this week's meal prep. Hopefully things come out well. This Parmesan cheese is probably going to go to waste, unfortunately, but I'll see if I can figure something out for next week. But, all right, guys, with that said, I will see you guys. I mean, for you, it'll probably be a couple seconds, but it'll be a couple hours for me. So, yeah, be right back. Hello, beautiful people. So, yeah, we're done. I came back from my little thing already. No, I'm not going to put a shirt on, I'll be honest with you, because I'm going to change it anyway, so, but it's just hassle. I kind of just want to get through this real quick. Same old stuff as I normally do each week, going over the meal preps I have and all that great stuff. So yeah, I put everything away. As you can tell, I don't really have it all spread out here. But let's see. Yeah, let's just go through it. So breakfast, as always, as it's always been, and more likely will continue to be for the next coming months, maybe even years. Protein oatmeal bake. It's literally the same thing. I got butterscotch baking chips this time, and I spread it out a little bit evenly, or a little bit more evenly than I normally do in the past. It's pretty good. I really like butterscotch. For whatever reason, it's a great flavor. And yeah, that's usually my first meal of the day or second meal, depending on how I'm kind of craving it. Usually alternate it with this bad boy that freshly came out, which has been a staple these past few weeks, is the sweet potato egg bake. And I normally use spicy chicken sausage. I just used mild today. I wasn't really craving the spicy this time around. Overall, and I only used 1 pound of sausage too, versus the 2 pounds I normally would have in there. Just felt like having more eggs to it. Put in 10 eggs, and I usually try to get around 650 to 750 grams
of eggs, right? So I did 10 eggs, which got me around 540, and then I filled up the rest with just egg whites, like 100 something grams of egg whites. And yeah, came out nice. So, and if you don't want to use eggs because the yolk or whatever, you can put egg whites. Just remember, I mean, at least in my area, egg whites are expensive unless you get the bulk in Costco. So, if you're shopping like at Vaughn's or something, especially if you're getting like the organic egg whites or the name brand egg whites, that's really expensive. I don't know why you would waste your money on that. But if that's the only thing you got around, totally understand. You know what I mean? I highly suggest the bulk ones you get in Costco, though. I think it's a little more worth it. But yeah, anyway, for my pre workout and dinner, we are doing a new dish, which is the Tex Mex rice bowl. So that came out pretty nice. I'm very happy with how that came out. So this calories obviously will be on screen with everything else. Is pretty something I'm pretty excited for. I don't do a lot of Tex Mex stuff, in part because a lot of times whenever it's like a more Spanish dish or yeah, let's say Spanish dish, even though that's not Spanish or Mexican, it's Tex Mex, which is probably why it doesn't include cumin, which a lot of more authentic Hispanic Spanish dishes, I guess, will have is cumin. And I love cumin. Tastes great. I love the smell of it, actually. It smells great. Problem is, after a week, it does not smell that great. And I start to smell it coming out of me, like when I sweat and I get self conscious. So, all in all, great spice, but it does smell after a while, which is why I try to avoid using it. However, it is in the chili mac, which I've made in the past, and it's been in a few other dishes that I made in the past, which, again, it's great, tastes good, but you can smell after a while, which is the problem. For the pre workout meal, we're going to an old dish I've done in the past, which is the Big Boy Baked Penne. This dish is really cool. It's just baked penne with ground beef, ricotta cheese in the middle. Overall, really good dish, a pretty thick dish as well, as you can hopefully see. And it came out nicely. The Parmesan cheese got a little burnt on the top. My dumb butt used grated Parmesan cheese when I was supposed to use shredded. Still comes out tasting good. Excuse me. So, yeah, overall, it's good prep. It was a good prep. Everything took really quickly to make. So things are nearly washed up. Just whatever dishes I have, like the baked penne that I just placed now, just gotta wash that dish. This is fine. So all in all, great meal prep. My back, as the day goes on, is feeling better and better. Still tight, but it's nowhere near as painful as it was. I can turn with minimal pain now, which is an excellent sign. I might be doing some hypertrophy week or hypertrophy stuff next week. We will see. Can't guarantee that. We'll see how we feel and we'll go from there. Regardless, thank you guys for watching. Seriously, it kind of blows my way that I even get like 1 to 2 people that will be willing to check out this video. Yeah, it's just kind of nice. So, thank you for watching, and I will hopefully see you guys tomorrow.